Welcome back to the Amazon FBA Sourcing Success Guide, and in this video we're going to be talking about local auctions and estate sales. Now, your local area will often give you access to those hard to find items that you're going to be able to sell on Amazon FBA that will fall into the rare category. Now, these items are going to be a little harder to price on Amazon, so you'll need to get a sense for the market for them, but they can be very lucrative if you can get a hold of them on a regular basis. You're probably going to find that these items are going to have to be priced pretty high because you're going to take significant steps in order to source these items and to actually ship these items. So you're not going to probably price them in the same way as if you'd price something that was a little more common to your buyer. Now, most important when you start talking about auctions and local estate sales is that you don't overbid on an auction item. Again, you have to keep in mind your 200% markup. And in most cases, even if you see something that might be desirable, it's going to make the most sense to walk away from it if you have people who are bidding against you in order to get the item. And actually, experts recommend that when you go after items from local auctions and estate sales in order to sell on Amazon FBA on a regular basis, that you look to pay pennies on the dollar for them. So in other words, you're really looking for a fantastic bargain and a fantastic buy. Now, obviously, these kinds of buys are probably going to be for those of you who have partners, who have sourcing assistants, who have employees who are actually going to do some of this legwork for you. However, when you find an item that's going to sell very well, you'll typically find it's going to be very lucrative. So again, when you go after these items, just make sure that you're really seeking to pay pennies on the dollar. Now, you're going to find notices for auction in your local newspaper, your hyperlocal newspaper, and in auction-related newspapers in your local area. And one site that will help you in particular is called auctionzip.com, and we're going to take a look at that site right now. As you can see here, if you just go to Google and you type in AuctionZip or auctionzip.com, you'll find the AuctionZip website. And then they're going to ask you if you want to become part of their mailing list. You can do that. And this is actually a pretty good thing to do because you're going to then get all the auctions that are going to be in your local area and those that you're interested in. So it's actually a very good way and to be more efficient if you become part of their mailing list and then customize your notifications for your local area as well as your niche. So now, if you'll notice on auctionzip.com, you can search within 30 miles of a certain zip code. In this particular case, we're just going to put in one that's in Chicago. And then let's say we're going to type in baseball. Right, we were talking about baseball gloves before. And then we're just going to click search. And you'll notice that during the month of December, there were several auctions that have to do with baseball. Now, whether or not they're going to have baseball gloves or not, we'd have to go and actually search through the actual auction, but you'll see that there are lots of auctions that have our niche and that are going to be in that local area where we're going to be able to do our search. So when you start looking for auctions and estate sales, AuctionZip is actually a very good place to be efficient in the way that you find them, but also don't leave out local newspaper and hyperlocal newspapers to find more. And just for good measure, we're going to go over 1 month and take a look to see what might be in the future. And you'll see here that AuctionZip has a number of auctions and a number of different lots, and they'll literally tell you how many lots are available that have your target niche. And you'll see here that we can take a look, and we can actually take a look to see the full listing of the auction to see if it's going to be worth either us going to or sending our sourcing assistant to. So again, for local auctions and estate sales, make sure that you're using your search parameters as well as local newspapers and hyperlocal newspapers. So with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video.